Hello everybody and welcome to Storm Reads, and today I'm going to do the middle grade book tag since I am participating in middle grade March, and I've seen that Krista from Books and Jam had did this on her booktube, can't speak, and she had remarked that Amanda from The Curly Reader was the one that came up with the original tag, so I will link both of them down below. And with that, we're just going to get right into the tag. And number one is, what's the last middle grade that you've read? And that would be Winter House by Ben Gooderson. I just finished this one last week, and it was really, really good. It's a mystery kind of adventure. It's about a young girl named Elizabeth who she's not exactly quite sure why her aunt and uncle has decided to send her to Winter House for her holiday break, but she is being sent there. She knows that her aunt and uncle are going on vacation, and they're sending her there by herself. She's never even heard of Winter House until then, and so she gets there, and then she ends up meeting a bunch of people, and she meets another boy that's there who he's kind of there by himself too, and they kind of go on like little adventures and try to solve some puzzles, and it's got some word games and things like that in it, and I just really liked it. It was really cute. I got the second one on Hoopla for the audio because I did listen to this on audio, and it was really good on audio, except that it was a little strange. The chapter titles were kind of strange because it's got like a bunch of words and things on it, which was a little weird. But once I figured out it was because they like to do anagrams and things like that, and then it made a lot more sense. But yeah, this is the last one I've read. I'm currently reading this one, but oops, almost lost my paper. Okay, number two is what is a middle grade book that somebody read to you as a child? And honestly, I cannot remember my parents reading to me middle grade books. By the time I was probably for reading middle grade, I was reading on my own and pretty steady, and probably just didn't need anybody to read to me or want anybody to. The only books I ever remember being read to me was when I was a real small child, and my dad used to read the Burr Bear and Burr Rabbit stories and things like that, and he used to do voices, and that's one thing I can remember from my childhood. But other than that, I don't really remember any books. And number three is, what's your favorite middle grade book as a child? And I don't have any of those with me, so I will put a picture here. But the only things that I could think of that might have been kind of favorites, and that's just because they have stuck with me over the years, is Encyclopedia Brown. I'm not sure if that's a middle grade book. I think it is. And by Donald J. Sobel. And they were probably my first foray into mysteries, because Encyclopedia Brown was a kid that used to go around, and he had a little detective agency, and he used to help other kids solve their mysteries and stuff. They had a missing hat, a missing, whatever, he helped solve them. And I also remember Ramona by Beverly Cleary. I remember reading those whenever I was young. I don't remember anything about them. I know it was about kind of a quirky kid, and I remember reading those. And another one that I could remember was also How to Eat Fried Worms by Thomas Rockwell. As you can tell, I was very big tomboy, and so that How to Eat Fried Worms really kind of fit in with me whenever I was a kid. Don't think I ever ate worms, but I thought it was a fun and cute book. Okay, number four, favorite middle grade as an adult. I don't really have a favorite. I haven't read that many middle grade. It's something that it seems like lately I've been getting more into, which is why I wanted to participate in middle grade March. But I mean, I have read some here and there, but none of them offhand seem to be like one that I could say is my favorite. But I will mention Winter House again, because I really did enjoy this one. It was really fast, it went really fast, and I just really, really liked it. And then it says, your favorite middle grade author. And again, like I said, I haven't read a whole lot of middle grade, so I don't really have a favorite author. Most of the authors that I've read, I've only read like one book, maybe two books, so I haven't read enough to decide that they are my favorite author yet. I am, like I said, enjoying James Riley's series, but I haven't read another series by him, so I don't know if this is a one-time series that I like or if I would like his others. I know he has one called The Story Thieves, and I do believe after I finish this series that I will probably see if I can find that series to read. And then maybe we'll see if he becomes a favorite author or not. I don't know. And a book that you think should be required reading? I do not read a lot of, I don't know if you would call them meaningful or things that you would think that would be for required reading. I like my middle grade just like I like my adult books. I like fantasy and paranormal and action and adventure, mysteries, spooky, things like that. So I don't read a lot of like the heartwarming, heartfelt type books. But I did read last year. It was called Operation Frog Effect by Sarah Schurger. I don't know how you say her last name. Schierger? Anyway, I'll show it to you there. And I think this could be a required reading. It's all about taking responsibility for your actions, and that what you do can have consequences. And that's what Operation Frog Effect is about. It is about a classroom, and some things that happen in the classroom end up getting their teacher into a lot of trouble. And so they have to try to figure out what to do to get their teacher out of trouble. And so I think it's a good book that would teach kids, about learning to take responsibility for your own actions. Whenever you do something, it does have consequences. So that would be good. And then, what is your favorite middle grade covers is number 7. And I like these painted covers that I've already showed. This is Revenge of Magic, and this one's The Last Dragon. And then the third one that I can't wait to get to, which is The Future King. I like these. They look like they're probably digital art from Photoshop type things, and I just really like them. They're full of a lot of color and they're really bright and vibrant. And so I like those kind of covers. And then, what is your favorite book to movie adaptation? And honestly, I really don't have one. I looked up on the internet to see what kind of book to movie adaptations they had for middle grade, and I realized that I have probably watched more middle grade movies than I have read the books actually pertain to those movies. So I need to remedy that. And maybe I'll do that sometime. I will pick out a bunch of middle grade books that have movies, and then maybe I'll read the book and then watch the movie again. But I really don't have anything. I mean, I don't want to go with like Harry Potter or whatever, but I mean, that's really the only one that I think I've actually read the books and then I'll watch the movies. I did read Inkheart and I watched the movie, but I really wasn't a big fan of the movie. I thought they changed too many things around from the book to make me think it was a good adaptation. I mean, it was interesting and it was fun to watch, but as far as adaptations being a lot like the book, I didn't think it was. So yeah, I don't really have anything for that, I guess. But anyway, that is the last question, and so that is the end of this tag. I do not know who to tag because I don't know who has done this, and so I'm just going to say, if you're a middle grade reader and you want to do the middle grade tag, maybe you're doing the readathon this month, then go ahead and do it. Tag your it and just do it. And if you do, leave a comment down below so that I can go and look at your middle grade tag. And I hope you guys have a good day. And if you like this video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and I'll see y'all next time.